Hi everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I am going to be doing my October and November wrap up. The reason I am doing them together is because I have sucked at reading the past couple of months. I've only read a few books each month, which is horrible for me. Because you guys know I normally read anywhere from, on average, 6 to 10, more so near the 6 range. But for October, I think I read 2. November, I only read like 3 or 4. I sucked. Let's just get on with the video. Starting off with the first book that I read in the month of October, it was Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Now this has been making its way around BookTube. It's about a group of thieves who have to pull off the biggest heist of their career and make it out alive, and there's a lot of action in this. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I feel like this book is definitely better going in, not knowing too much. That's kind of how I went into it. I ended up giving this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm not 100% sure if I like this more than the Grisha trilogy. We will see as this series goes along. I really did enjoy this book. I ended up listening to some on audio and then some I read physically. For me, like, everybody is obsessed with Leigh Bardugo's writing, but I'm not at that obsession level. Like, I don't think it would kill me not to read the next book, if that makes any sense. And I don't know if it's maybe because I read some of it and then some of it I listened to on audiobook, so I didn't maybe get as attached to the characters. But it was kind of a meh read for me, I'm going to be quite honest. I'm hoping with this being the first one in the series that it's going to get better as it goes along, but for the book itself, it's gorgeous and it's got the black pages. This I just found out is like a limited time thing, so if you guys want the black paged Six of Crows, I would get out and I would get it as soon as possible. If you guys like fantasy and you guys like things with thieves and crooks and all of those things, then I would go ahead and give it a go. Again, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Next one for me was a reread. I was in this type of mood. Very, very much so. Like, so bad to where I watched the movies over and over and over again this month. That's probably why I only read 2.5 books in the month of October. And if you haven't guessed what that is, it's going to be Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. I really enjoyed diving back into the world that got me into become a big reader. Like, before the Twilight series, like, I read books a lot, but not as much as I do now. So this was, I guess you could say, my gateway drug. So it will always have a special place in my heart. Reading it the second time around, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think the first time I gave it a 5 out of 5. I do enjoy it, but I do, I guess you could say, see the problems in it now that I've become more of a reader. So I don't need to tell you guys to read it or recommend it. You either love Twilight or you don't. 4 out of 5 stars. Lastly, in the month of October, I started New Moon by Stephenie Meyer. This is the second book in the Twilight series, as you all probably know. I started it, but I didn't finish it until the month of November. And for this one, I actually gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars again, surprisingly. I really thought I was going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars because that's what I gave Twilight. But rereading New Moon, it reminded me how much this was one of my favorite ones, so I really enjoyed this one. Second book I finished in the month of November was Retaliation by T.L. Coulter. I ended up giving this one a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this one. I actually did a review for it, so I will leave a link below in the doobly-doo for you guys. This I really, really enjoyed. I'm not going to go into too much detail because, like I said, I did do a full review on it for it. So check it out. It's a non-spoiler, so if you're worried about that, don't. But I do highly recommend this book. It was really enjoyable, fast-paced read. Again, 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read in the month of November was my favorite book by far. It was one of my most anticipated of the entire year, and that is The Revolution of Ivy by Amy Engel. I read the first one last year as an ARC, and Enjoyed it. I flew straight through it, and this one was no different. Bishop Latimer, I love him. You guys seriously need to read this. I recommend this above everything. You need to read it. You need to check it out. The first one is the Book of Ivy. You won't regret it, I promise. This is more so, I guess, on the dystopian side, but amazing. Totes amazing. You have to read it. You have to. You have to. I'm going to drill into your brains. Read it. Read it. Thank you. And the last thing that I started in the month of November but did not finish because I'm slowly working my way through this chunker, and that is Winter by Marissa Meyer. This is taking me a lot longer than I thought. Need some coffee. Let me sit it down. I am on chapter 7. I'm only 60 pages into it, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's been really fun getting to revisit some of my favorite characters like Cinder and Kai. So I'm really enjoying it. This book does not look like it's long, guys, but holy moly, guys, let me tell you, it's like 823 pages. The pages are like paper thin. It's craziness. Like, I'm really thinking about sucking it up and buying the audiobook for this because I feel like I'm never going to finish this otherwise. Like, I really do not want to get through December and only reading one book. It would not be a good time to have to share with you guys my end of the year. No. So that's been pretty much my last couple of months in the reading industry. Tell me down below what you guys have read. Hopefully you've read more than I have because I'm quite ashamed at the amount of books that I've read. It's ridiculous for me. Bad. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. I will see you guys next time. Bye! Mwah.